Hey friends, this is Miss Volfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and today I'm going to show you how I make apple pies from my pantry. Now I'm making two pies, so for a single recipe you're going to need a double pie shell, you're going to need a jar of apples in simple syrup, half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon with a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon or two of tapioca starch. You can use cornstarch if that's what you got. And you're going to need about a cup of dehydrated apples. Let's get started. Now first off, we're going to need to drain the syrup from our apples. And the best way to do that is just turn it upside down and let it drain. Okay, so here are our pie shells. And into each one, these are pretty tightly packed in this jar, we're going to put about a cup of dehydrated apples. Because if you haven't noticed, when you can your apples in simple syrup, a lot of times they'll come out soft and mushy, and I'm always afraid they're going to turn to applesauce in the oven. But this helps soak up a lot of that excess juice and gives you nice chunks of apple. And then we're gonna, when I emptied the juice, I put the apples back in the jar, and there is some syrup still there, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to pour that right over top of our dehydrated apples. Now it doesn't look very thick, but trust me, when those apples start plumping up, it's going to be amazing. This is why I stopped making apple pie filling, because I can make an apple pie just as easy from canned apples as I can from homemade apple pie filling. And when you got lots of canned apples and syrup, you have more options with what you want to do with your apples. Now we're just going to take our drained juice and we're going to add the cinnamon and salt. If you want to pinch a nutmeg, you go ahead. And the cornstarch. And a little bit of the sugar. We're going to save some of this for glazing the top. And we're just going to mix this all together until the cinnamon's wet underneath the syrup. Now we're just going to take this sauce and pour it right over our pies. And if it looks runny, that's okay. Why is it okay? Because those dehydrated apples are going to plump right up. Now I'm going to take one of my prepared pie lids here, if I don't kill it, and just place it right over. Again, it looks thin, but it'll plump up. And I'm just going to fold my apples, or my pastry, onto the edge. If you don't like lots of crust on the edge, trim it. But my family likes lots of crust, so I just tuck it under so we don't waste any of that beautiful pastry. Now I'm going to give this an egg wash. That's totally optional. I'm going to crack my egg white into this bowl that I kept my sugar and spice in, and I'm just going to take that cinnamon and that bit of syrup that's still in the bottom, there's always a little bit, I'm going to whip that together with the egg white, and I'm just going to brush my pie with it. Like I said, this part is totally optional. Take a little bit of sugar and just dust the top. Isn't that pretty? Alright, these are going in a 325-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes. You want to slow cook them. You want those dehydrated apples to plump up. Alright, we'll see you when they come out of the oven. Okay, our timer is going off here. And I have to tell you folks, these took a full hour at 325 degrees. But let's have, oh my goodness. You remember that flat pie, folks? Well, look at that. To me, that is indescribably beautiful. I'm going to see if I can give you a side shot to show you how much they plumped up. Isn't that beautiful? That's what you get when you put dehydrated apples in your apple pie. This is the Miss Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying, Pantry apple pie. Why not? Take care. Bye-bye.